In the public gallery this morning, we have students from Ginda Mixed Secondary School from Maragua constituency in Murang'a County. We also have students this morning from Siwot Secondary School, Narok South constituency in Narok County. And I would like to give a chance to the Honorable Tutu to welcome students from the two schools and other students in our
Thank you,
galleries.
Madam Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to welcome the students to the premises of Parliament. Siwot Secondary School is a school from my constituency, Amalo sub-county, and is a school which has really made us very proud. They have been performing very well in their exams. It's one of our biggest schools in the sub-county. And I would like to encourage them to keep on upholding the high standard of discipline and hard work. And I want to promise them that there is a good future for them. They are promising potential members of parliament, doctors, and other prominent Kenya in future. So they should feel welcome and all school. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Okay, the Honorable Kibagendi.
Thank you, Madam Chair, for giving me this opportunity to also welcome these wonderful students to this August House. It is a demonstration that these are students from schools that are indeed disciplined, because as you are aware, a majority of our schools have gone on rampage and they are home. Those that are here is a demonstration that they are taking their studies seriously. We truly appreciate them, and we encourage them to continue studying and working hard so that they can also become leaders in this country. And for that matter, I would like to encourage students from across the country and even parents that we need to ensure that our children are disciplined so that as we go forward into the third term, we do not have the kind of challenges we've had this particular season, so that students can sit for their exams in a peaceful environment. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Kibagendi. Honorable members, I now put the question. Oh, Chair. Okay. On students.
Oh, Chair, let me say something extra, not really on students, but concerning the students and all of us. Chair, in this country, we gave ourselves a constitution, 2010. We gave ourselves excess freedom for anybody to say anything, anytime, concerning anyone. Chair, we lost respect for status, we lost respect for age, we lost respect for anything. And that is why our children are also losing respect for being in school. Kids are deciding not to go to school, and they say we are not going, and we are going home, and they go home. Chair, I can declare interest here. I'm an investor in education as a family business. Last night we never slept because we didn't want to give the students a chance to burn the school. They were agitating. They had to be released this morning. We cannot have that. And Chair, when somebody of our age and status stands and calls anybody any name, we have lost everything. We need to restore our respect for status, our respect for age, our respect for parentage. Kids tell their parents anything today, which is really wrong. So these students who are here, I think it is good for us to start spreading the good message. Stick in school, do your work as a student, finish up, go out there if you want to be a politician, become anything, because that is the stage at which you are, and that is what you should be taking up then. I come from a community which has a saying that you should not pull anything that is not at your stage. Don't pull it down, find it there. Chair, we need to look at ourselves as a country. We are losing almost everything. By the way, we are becoming careless with our intonations, with our words, with our comments, with our accusations, with our attacks, with everything. Even in this house, people come here not to debate objectively. They come here to attack others, to attack the government just for the sake of it. So we need to revisit our lost orientation as a people, as a nation, and at our different ages and stages. Thank you, Chair.
The Honorable Mwago, you would like to make a comment? Honorable Amos Mwago, member for Starehe constituency.
Thank you, Madam Chair, for giving me this opportunity as a local area member of parliament to welcome these students to Starehe constituency and parliament at large. And I would like to join my friend in telling them that they can be anything they want to be in the world, and they can achieve whatever levels of success they might admire. I join my friend in beseeching them to desist from this temptation of the current unrest in schools. And I like to join my friend in congratulating them that they are still in school. That's a good thing. There's a wave of unrest in the whole country, and this thing is happening everywhere, in every corner of this country. And I think it is time for us as leaders also to try analyze this issue and understand where the problem is coming from. Because it's not good to always tell them to be disciplined, whereas we are not even looking at the issue, the core cause of all this unrest. I find it paradoxical that we are trying to tell these people to be disciplined and we are not addressing their issues. I found it very astonishing for a government officer to say that they are not going to condone indiscipline in schools, whereas we've not listened to what these students have to say, their issues. So basically, I think us as leaders, we should try and give an ear to these students so that we understand, because another life lost is is just too many lives lost. We cannot take chances. I also tend to disagree with the education committee that decided that they cannot send students home for earlier closure. But I think that would be the most adequate step as of now, because you cannot risk losing other students to fires. So basically, I think I put this challenge to us as leaders. We really need to address this issue once and for all. We cannot afford to be losing students in schools. We really need to listen to them and know their problem. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Honorable members, I see a lot of people want to make comments on this, and you know that if you want to discuss this, it can only be an adjournment motion where you can say everything that you want to say. So for that reason, I would like us to go back to the committee of the whole, our house. So I am now going to put the question that clause 37 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Osero. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 37 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 38.
I propose the question that clause 38 be part of the bill. There being no amendment, I pose the question that clause 38 be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 39.
I propose the question that clause 39 be part of the bill. Honorable Sero?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I propose that the recommendations as per the order paper be adopted by this House. The justification being, this will ensure that the Cabinet Secretary makes guidelines on remuneration and does not assume, I think there was a typo error there, assume the role of the Salaries and the Remuneration Committee. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, honorable members. I propose the question that clause 39 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Osero. The Honorable Naomi Wako, member for Marsabit and Whip. The Honorable Beatrice Elachi, is it on this or it was on the earlier one? So, honorable members. Okay, the Honorable Kamuren.
Thank you, Chair. In this, I support this first of all, but I want to call that the concerned authority to come up with these guidelines on surfaces, on fees for these extension service officers, so that they cannot exploit the farmers and the services they are rendering. It is really very important. We have seen before, and mostly farmers have a lot of challenges, and because there is no formula across the counties, it is really very necessary that this concern should be implemented as soon as possible. I support.
The Honorable Susan Kiamba, member for Makueni. Not on this one? Do I assume that Beatrice Elachi, you have an intervention? Not on this. Honorable members, I now put the question that clause 39 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Osero. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 39 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New clause 3A.
So I give a chance to the chair or the mover to move the second reading of this new clause. That is new clause 3A.
Thank you, Madam Chair. In the performance of the functions and exercise.
Chair, Honorable, start by now moving this clause. I now move the clause 3A be read a second time.
I now move that the clause 3A be read a second time.
Honorable members, I propose the question that new clause 3A be now read a second time. I do not see any interest in this, so I now put the question that new clause 3A be now read a second time. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now propose the question that new clause 3A be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? The reason I'm moving, honorable members, is that I do not see any interest. So I'll proceed. I now put the question that new clause 3A be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New clause 12A.
Mover, please go ahead and move the second reading of new clause 12A.
Madam Chair, I propose that clause 12A be read a second time.
New clause
12A be read a second time.
Thank you. Honorable members, I propose the question that new clause 12A be now read a second time. Honorable members, I do not see any interest in this, so I go ahead and put the question that new clause 12A be now read a second time. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? As many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, I propose the question that new clause 12A be part of the bill. I do not see an interest, so I now put the question that new clause 12A be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? As many as have a